I'm Nathaniel Manning. I'm the Director of Business Development and Strategy at Ushahidi. Ushahidi is a nonprofit tech company that's based out of Nairobi. I am based out of San Francisco. We are pretty location agnostic, so our people are based all over the world. So Ushahidi means testimony, and what it is we're an information gathering collection and then data organizing and visualization tool. What that means is that we give tools that allow anyone to be able to gather information from many people, the term crowdsourcing, and then be able to organize that and place it onto a map and give it the context of when and where. So it's on a map and on a timeline. And that's just one of the tools of being able to create good value out of people's information. Just took part in a panel with the Eye on Earth group here in Rio +20, and we've been doing some really exciting stuff with them. They're launching a couple of pilot projects that we're going to go have a meeting today about and kind of hack and talk about how we can build some stuff that would have some fantastic impact around the world, particularly around resilience and around crisis management. And then that should be launched in 2014. So we're excited to be a part of that.
What sorts of things can we expect out of these pilot projects, do you think? I mean, what is the possibility?
For instance, and one of the things I was talking about was the beginning of integration of the sensors into Ushahidi. So, for instance, in the Thailand floods, we have an idea that there might be some Thailand floods again this year. And so what we're looking at is, are you able to gather information from not only people, but also from flood sensors. So you can begin to create a system that can also have some warning aspect, but also allow people to prepare a little bit beforehand and get an idea of what's going on. So people receive the information in the way that they also that they choose, but also in the way that they would give it. So it depends very much on what devices they're using. People can receive it via text message from a very simple phone to an app on an iPad. It really runs the gamut. The mission of Ushahidi is to change the way information flows. So from less top-down to more bottom-up. And a good example of that is there's a really neat map that someone put together using our software called our Rio +20. And the impetus for that was just, hey, I want to gather what people want, what people all over the world want everyone to be speaking about here at Rio. I want to show them examples, I want to tell them what my ideas are, my questions are. And so they started a Twitter hashtag, and that was really the main channel. And there were tens and tens of thousands of inputs of people saying, this is an example of sustainable development in my neighborhood, to, hey, I really think you need to just focus on this part of it. This is what's important. What's neat about that, right, is you get all this information organized and brought in, and then the concept is it's hopefully will influence policymakers, right? So you're getting content from people right at the bottom. So it's really democratizing a system through this very simple technology.
Can you tell us one or two things that stuck in your mind from the input that you got from people all over the world regarding this Rio +20 summit?
Sure, yeah. I flipped through a few of them, and I remember one group just talking about the power of beginning to access food from their local systems. This was in a developed world context, right? So someone from the States saying, I've seen my neighborhoods change over the last 10 years to just have a lot more, not just the word organic, but really local opportunities, and that's been incredible. I've seen it change health, and I think it's a really important part of all this sustainability. Food is at the center of that. So that was one person that just said, I want there to be real conversation around food because it touches agriculture, it touches energy use, it touches development. Someone else just said, hey, focus on energy. If you can make energy cheaper than coal, then the climate change thing is going to be fixed really fast. So just work on the technology, work on the policies that'll drive the technology, and then we don't have to be thinking about how, this developing world, who's going to, bite the bullet. Work on, if you make the technology cheaper, then there isn't going to be a conversation anymore. Then we're going to be there. So that was they wanted to drive clean tech to grid parity.
Okay, on a final note, can you tell us how you hope to work with the United Nations to bring all the people's input to the people that make the decisions.
I don't know how this is going to play out yet, but we're having conversations actually with some of the teams at the UNDP and the Secretary office, and the hope is to be able to actually do a project around crowdsourcing people's opinions around the new version of the Millennium Goals. So the Millennium Goals are coming towards an end in 2015, and beginning to have a conversation around what it's going to look like afterwards. And what we're hoping is that we can take part in being able to do very much what that one map did just for Rio at very kind of quick and impetus, but what if we had real buy-in, right, from the UN about how to do that and organize it much better? That would be extremely powerful. So, and I've also had numerous of the UN agencies that we've talked to have all said we want to make it more open, we want to get more people involved, we want to be able to get people to know what the UN does, and so we're excited on both of those.